Porridge. Mila and her mother, Elena, lived in a tiny cottage at the edge of a great forest. They were very poor and often went to bed with empty bellies. One sunny morning, there wasn't a single crumb of bread left in the kitchen. "Don't worry, Mother," Mila said bravely. "I will go into the woods and find some wild berries for us to eat." Mila walked deep into the forest. The trees were tall and the flowers were as big as umbrellas, but she couldn't find any berries at all. She felt very tired and her tummy began to grumble loudly. She sat down on a soft patch of moss and sighed, wondering what she would bring home to her hungry mother. Suddenly, an old woman named Una appeared from behind a silver birch tree. She had a face full of kind wrinkles and eyes that twinkled like little stars. Una saw that Mila was sad and asked why. Mila told her all about her empty cupboards and how she just wanted to find some food for Elena. Una smiled and reached into her knitted bag. She pulled out a small, round, black pot. It didn't look like much, but when Mila touched it, the pot felt warm and tingly. "This is a magic pot," Una whispered. "It will make sure you and your mother never feel hungry again." "When you want to eat," Una explained, "just say, 'Cook, little pot, cook.' When you have had enough, you must say, 'Stop, little pot, stop.'" Mila's eyes grew wide. She thanked Una with a giant hug and ran all the way home, clutching the magic pot tightly to her chest. When Mila got home, she placed the pot on the wooden table. Elena looked on with surprise. Mila cleared her throat and said clearly, "Cook, little pot, cook." At once, the pot began to bubble and hiss. It filled right up to the brim with sweet, creamy porridge that smelled of honey and sunshine. One afternoon, Mila went out to visit a friend. Elena felt a little bit hungry, so she took the pot down from the shelf. "Cook, little pot, cook," she said. The pot began to bubble and steam, and soon Elena was eating a big, delicious bowl of the sweetest porridge she had ever tasted. When Elena was full, she wanted the pot to stop, but she had forgotten the magic words. "That's enough, pot," she cried. "No more porridge." But the pot didn't listen. It kept cooking and cooking. Porridge began to pour over the sides of the pot, off the table, and onto the floor like a sticky yellow carpet. The porridge flowed out of the front door and down the lane. It filled the streets and surged into the neighbors' gardens. The whole village began to smell like a giant breakfast. Elena ran outside, waving her arms and shouting at the porridge to go away. But it just kept flowing like a sweet, gooey river. Just as the porridge reached the very last house in the village, Mila came around the corner. She couldn't believe her eyes. The street was a sea of porridge. She saw the pot still bubbling away inside their house. Mila took a deep breath and shouted as loud as she could, "Stop, little pot! Stop!" At once, the pot stopped cooking. The porridge stayed right where it was, as still as a pond. The villagers came out of their houses with spoons and bowls. everyone began to eat their way back to their front doors. Elena gave Mila a huge, sticky hug, feeling very relieved that the magic was finally quiet. From that day on, Mila and Elena always had plenty to eat. They shared their magic porridge with anyone who was hungry, and the village became the happiest place in the land. Elena never forgot the magic words again, and the little black pot sat happily on their shelf, ready for the next delicious meal.
Hey friends! Wait,